Hi there, my name is Kendall Bonner and I'm the broker owner at RE/MAX Capital Realty. And I wanted to address you face to face, video to video, voice to voice, all that fun stuff, letting you know who we are as a company. I want you to hear from the agents themselves, the people that not only did we select them, but they selected us and decided to invest in us and trust us to help them grow their business. And so I want you to hear from them, from their own mouths, and see their faces and know they're real, how they feel about our office here at RE/MAX Capital Realty. I plan to ask them some very pointed questions about their specific experiences, about the things that I know matter to you. And so I'm hoping that you'll learn some things, not just from when you meet with me about our office, but really from our agents, because they're the ones that matter. They're the ones that have to get up every day and come to work and do their job. You know, my job and my team's job here is to support them because they're our customer. You know, your customer is the consumer, the buyers and the sellers. That's not my customer as the broker owner. My customer is you, the agent. And our job and our goal is to deliver exceptional customer service to you. And so with that being said, I really just want to invite you to learn more about us, not just from me, but from our agents. And I'm hoping that after you hear from them, you'll be even more curious about all the more specific things that we do here at RE/MAX Capital Realty to support our agents. We offer one of the biggest key items of value that we offer, and that I think has made such a huge impact in our agents' lives, is our complete agent sales business system. We've been helping agents systematize their business, particularly our experienced agents, because oftentimes you don't want to go to training just for training's sake. You want to go to a skills-based training so that your skills get better and that you are systematized in your business, because that's where the consistency comes, that's where the revenues come, and also the profitability. So sit back and relax, take a few moments to hear what they have to say and learn more about what RE/MAX Capital Realty has to offer. Thank you, and I hope to meet you soon.
Dwayne Hayden, and I'm with RE/MAX Capital, and I'm a charter member.
That's right.
I joined when you opened up the brokerage, and that I was like the third agent ever hired.
That's right, absolutely. And tell me a little bit, where did you work prior to coming to RE/MAX Capital Realty?
I started my career 8 years ago with Coldwell Banker,
Okay.
and then I moved, that was in Kentucky, and then I moved over to Dennis Realty, and I was with them until I moved to RE/MAX Capital Realty.
And tell me, you have a team now, right? Tell me a little bit about your team.
I have a team, and I have a dream team, and it's just fantastic. And that essentially, in that my business tripled. I thought I was doing well, and you know, now I'm just you know, doing decent. You know, better than the average agent, but just really wanted to grow and make it a profession, and really I have a passion for real estate, and just really like to help people, and I just feel really blessed in that to be here.
Absolutely, thank you. What's your team name?
Tampa's Home Team.
That's right. And how many buyer's agents do you have?
I have one buyer's agent, Lori Elks, and I have transaction coordinator, Katie McDermott.
All right. And when you joined RE/MAX Capital Realty, did you have that team?
I did not, and that I was solo, and now RE/MAX Capital Realty has really just let me take my business to the next level and to grow. They've tripled my business in sales volume, and definitely let me give me the tools and the techniques and to make my to grow my business into a team.
Wow, that's fantastic. Can you tell me, Dwayne, back when you decided to join the office, why did you decide to join?
I remember the day well, and that I was actually in a bad place, but I ended up getting a call from you, and I knew that you knew my numbers. And I knew at that point that you were recruiting a dream team of realtors, and yeah, I just feel I get emotional about this, but I just feel so blessed in that you got the call, that you gave me the call, and I didn't want any change. I didn't want any additional change in my life at that point, and that, but you you invited me to a couple training sessions and that. I was able to meet the office, and I just knew from there that was just where I needed to be. It was. It was just that opportunity, and that you were really recruiting, like I said, that dream team of realtors that really were going to do big things.
Can you tell me what's different about RE/MAX Capital Realty versus the other offices that you have worked for?
There's a lot of differences. I can go from the training through the tech tips. I knew a lot about the technology in that, but I knew a lot about some of the tools that were out there, but I had to pay for them. And that here, they're given to me for free with RE/MAX Capital Realty. And I've learned so many more tips, tricks, tools, and just to really streamline and work more efficient,
Right.
and really just to triple my business.
What's your favorite tool in the office? Technology tool?
I love app files and that which is exclusive, and I love the training and that. I love momentum and I know that's exclusive to RE/MAX agents, and I just really learned how I could build systems, and that's what my business needed, and that I was kind of shotgun approach, to prospecting, lead generation. This has given me the systems and that to where I can actually take these good ideas and just put them on paper and execute them.
Absolutely. What would you, and if you could, what would you recommend RE/MAX Capital Realty to another agent, and if so, why?
Oh, I do it all the time. I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm out there all the time. Anybody that asks me about real estate, I had a lady talk me out of real estate. She was a real estate agent back up in Michigan 30 plus years ago, and she talked me out of it. And I still kick myself for listening to her that day. It is sales at the end of the day and that, but I just love it. I feel like I'm doing God's will. I just feel like I'm helping people essentially make the biggest asset purchase of their lives, and help a lot of sellers protect equity.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you give a specific example of a story about why you would recommend RE/MAX? Like, can you think of an experience or story from your career with our office that to you exemplifies why you chose to be here and why you stay?
Yeah, it's my faith means a lot to me, and I always tell a lot of people, a lot of new agents, and that it's a good Christian family-oriented business, and that we can pray in the office, and that it's just and it's family in that. There's no there's no animosity in that towards each other in that, and more minds are smarter than one, and it's just with Shad and yourself and Bill and Liz, it's there's so much knowledge there that I can feed off of, and frankly, and that I've been in the business 8 years now, and I'm still learning something daily.
Aren't we all?
So it's really challenging me in that just to continue to master real estate.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you feel we can improve in the office? From the coffee and that, which is Starbucks and that, which is fantastic, and that to just to, like I said, just to the support that I get, and that that's you got me stumped on that question, and that because I really just don't I really don't have anything that I would change, and I'm here to stay, and I'm committed, and that, and I know my office and that our family and that is committed to just to mastery, and just to really just do the industry a good job, and to help people. Thank you, Dwayne.
Realize their goals.
I'm going to ask you the difficult question that people never like to talk about: commissions. In our office, we have pretty fixed kind of commission rates that we charge and try to be very fair. Can you tell us, number one, did you get a raise when you moved to Remax Capital Realty?
Yes.
And do you think that your commission split is fair with the office?
Absolutely, and I know that there's so many brokerages and that go under, and I know that the brokerage has to make a living as well, and that. But I did the splits are far better than Coldwell Banker and any other brokerage in it that I've been to.
Meaning,
yeah.
do you feel that you get what you pay for?
Absolutely, and that, yeah, just with the training and that. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and that it's in my numbers, and that, you know, if I can triple my business, and you know, and I'm just getting started, I'm just getting ramped up, and that I can tell, you know, it's definitely, you know, it's better splits by far, and you know, it's a win-win.
Good, thank you. Do you feel you've closed any business or gained any leads that turned into, you know, dollars in your pocket as a result of being a part of Remax Capital Realty? Like, for example, I know that you picked up some $1 million listings that you never had prior to being with Remax.
Yeah.
Floor leads.
Absolutely, and I have to. I love the brand, and that, you know, the brand, and that there's a reason why nobody sells more real estate than Remax, and they have great national commercials. You know, they great marketing. Like I said, they have the tools, and they have a great name in the industry, and that you know, people the baby boomers that are moving down from the north, from Michigan, you know, where I'm from, and that they're going to have they're going to find the Remax agents, and that, you know, they know that we're more professional and we're more knowledgeable, and frankly, they're just not going to be able to find those independents.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So that's just the brand alone is nice, and just to be able to go to the R4 rally in Las Vegas every year, and that just to, you know, I mean, there was 60 different countries represented with different agents, and that, so it's global marketing, and you know, I feel like if my clients if customers don't find a Remax agent, you know, they're doing their families and themselves a disservice.
The last question I have for you, Dwayne, is about the staff, the team of staff that work at Remax Capital Realty. There's some staples in the office that have been with the office from the beginning, and then we also have a couple of new hires. Tell me how the staff and the team has contributed to your business.
Oh, they're just fantastic, and that I know that Shad was a you know, our branch manager. He was an agent. And a branch manager of many brokerages, and his knowledge is just it's priceless, and that he's fantastic. He's very well read, and with Bill and you being attorneys, you know, it's just fantastic in that what we can learn as far as contract law. And as far as the tools, the technology, and just to put the systems in place, and you guys learn it, and then you teach us. You know, I mean, you guys have already known it, but you teach it to us, and it just, you know, it's just, you know, I can't thank you enough, and that I really can't, and that it's just, I'm very blessed to be able to find you guys in this office, or like I said before, and just to get the call, and that of what an opportunity.
Thank you, Dwayne. I really appreciate that. So can you tell the audience your name, how long you've been in real estate, and we'll start with that.
Well, my name is Carla, and I have been in real estate for about 7 months now.
Wow, congratulations and welcome
you.
to the industry.
Thank you.
So can you tell us why you decided to join Remax Capital Realty?
Why I decided to join Remax Capital Realty was very simple. After reviewing a few brokerages, I felt like I was at home since day one, especially since I made the phone call and I spoke to Liz, and the way that she answered, it just gave me such a good vibe. And then after meeting you, that just closed the deal.
Wonderful. We're excited to have you. And you've been doing a really great job these last 7 months. You've already had some transactions. Is that correct? Tell us a little bit about that.
That's correct. For the little amount of time that I've been an agent, I've already had 4 transactions. and I'm really excited about those. Plus, I have a few more in the pipelines.
Wonderful. Tell me, where did those leads come from?
Those leads actually came, my first one ever came from the office. It was a phone call that I received because I also speak Spanish. So the buyers were looking for a Spanish-speaking agent, and they said that they had a bad experience somewhere else. So I promised them I was going to handle them with care, and they were so impressed with me that now they're referring to me their friends and neighbors.
Wonderful. And so have you already taken a listing?
Yes, I have actually. I'm on my second one, and I'm working on my third one.
Third what?
Third listing.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So you said you interviewed with some other offices, and then you also interviewed with us. We offer a key item value, the Momentum program, which is like a sales business system. What has your experience been with the Momentum program?
My experience with the Momentum program has been amazing. I have learned so much, especially since I'm a brand new agent. It was like learning a whole new language. I had no idea what I was doing. And in this small amount of months that I've been in the industry, Momentum has helped me immensely. I feel like I've been around forever.
Wonderful. Good, good, good. Could you give us some examples of how the Momentum program or the training and education program literally helped you in your business?
The Momentum program has helped me literally in the sense that I have confidence when I talk to buyers. I know what to say to them because of the scripts that we have learned also thanks to Shad with his classes. His classes are amazing and they're all based on momentum.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, we have a lot of technology at Remax Capital Realty. Tell me about how the technology has impacted your business.
That technology has impacted my business in the sense that it helps me stay organized because I'm not that organized. So one of my favorite tools is the apps file. It reminds me, how to keep track of my dates, which are very important, and it keeps me in check. So I really love that.
Good, 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 good. Is there anything that we can do as an office to improve your experience with the office and to, again, improve you as an agent that we aren't already doing?
To be honest with you, there's nothing I can think of at the moment to improve. If it's not broken, why fix it?
Thank you. I appreciate that. The staff. We have a team of leaders and staff at the office that are here to support you at Remax Capital Realty. Can you tell me about your experiences with the staff and the leadership and how you feel about that?
Well, the staff at Remax Capital Realty is amazing. From Lutz, she's such a blessing. She's wonderful, so helpful. Shad, his trainings are amazing. I have learned so much with him. I'm really grateful to him. And I love Bill because Bill keeps me out of trouble. He makes sure I'm doing everything to the T, which I really appreciate that. And I'm sure I keep him awake at night lots of times. And just everybody else in the office, down to the other agents, everybody, the support that I receive, it definitely feels like a family. And I feel like, I'm the little baby sister that everybody wants to help, which I appreciate.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's good to hear how the culture of the office is impacting you. Can you tell me a little bit about the different things that the office does that makes you feel a part of a family?
There's so many things to think from. We do a lot of charity work events together, which I love giving back to the community, and we're always encouraged to give back, which I appreciate that. And there's a lot of camaraderie and teamwork in everything that we do, even when we go together for drinks at nighttime sometimes, just to spend time together, which is kind of difficult in this industry because everybody's so busy with buyers and sellers that when we come together it's really nice to see how we're doing and helping out each other, and the support is amazing.
Great, great, great. So the last question I'm going to ask you is, the brand. I know that you haven't worked for any other brand, and you've worked solely for Remax. And we all know that Remax has a particular reputation. Have you felt that the brand has been a helpful support for you as a new licensee as you go out into the field to practice real estate?
Yes, I feel that the brand of Remax has helped me immensely because it's kind of hard when you're starting out as a new agent. Nobody knows you, who you are. But the fact that, okay, you're an agent, but you're under the umbrella of RE/MAX, that gives them a confidence that RE/MAX has handpicked me to work under them and that they trust me in what I'm doing. So that has opened doors for me immensely.
Thank you so much, Carla. That was great. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and participating in this today.
Thank you for asking me.
So can you please tell our audience your name, how long you've been in the real estate industry, and when you joined RE/MAX Capital Realty?
Well, my name is Brian. Joined RE/MAX about 7 months ago, and I've been in the real estate business for 2 years and 3 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so can you tell us why you decided to join our office and how you came to know about RE/MAX Capital?
Well, as you may recall, one day I received a phone call from you asking me if I was interested in coming to join RE/MAX, would I like to come down and see what you had going on? And I told you right then, I was perfectly happy where I was. I wasn't interested in moving, and you were so nice when you accepted my answer, and we still had a pleasant conversation afterwards, and then you still invited me to stop by one day and chat with you and take a look at the office and see what was going on. And I guess about a week went by, and I drove by past the office, and I said, I think I will go in there and talk to her. But you weren't there that day. And later you found out that I had inquired, and you called me and invited me over. And I thought I was going to interview you, but you interviewed me. And I was very impressed. I was very impressed with what I learned about what you were doing at RE/MAX Capital. After our interview, you invited me to stay for one of the classes. And I think I learned more in that class that helped me out than I learned the entire year and a half prior.
Wonderful.
And I was very thankful, and I had made up my mind that day that I was making a move.
Wow. You guys make me cry. So you worked at another office before you joined RE/MAX Capital. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences between your previous experiences with offices and our office?
The training is by far superior. I guess once I got my real estate license, they had like training once a week, and I felt lost. I was like, well, so much, and everything I did, I felt like I was stumbling through it. And they would try to guide you. It wasn't like you weren't getting the help. But once I came to RE/MAX, it was a completely different thing. I mean, with momentum, I found learning momentum just took me to a whole new level. It gave me a new comfort level in dealing with my customers. Confidence, I think, came out, and the customers were feeling comfortable with me. Things that I would never ask prior of my customers, I felt comfortable asking them, and they felt comfortable doing it. Like broker-buyer agreements, I never felt comfortable asking for one of those. And just everything that I've learned from momentum, LP Mama, all of it, I thank you very much for it.
Thank you. So tell me, what's the best system that you picked up from the Momentum business system?
I love LP Mama. I do. I guess when you first meet a customer, the approach that you take with them can, if you're not consistent with it, you can be all over the place. But with LP Mama, it focused me, and I had the information I needed to focus on what their needs were and to serve them better. And I love it.
Wonderful. So as we're talking about the Momentum system, I want to slightly shift to technology. RE/MAX Capital Realty offers a ton of technology. Can you tell me what's been one of the most vital tools that you've been using as a part of the technology in our office?
It'd be app files. At first, I must have made several phone calls trying to get help. How do I do this? How do I do that? But after about a week of really diving into app files, I found the benefit, and I love app files. I no longer have to keep all these additional files of everything all on my computer and worrying about, where something is. App files is a phenomenal, I've centralized where all my emails go from now. I can email right out of app files. I can find all my files. I can find all my files, the blank files when I need them. Everything you need is right there in app files.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tell me about the staff at RE/MAX Capital Realty. There's about 5 different staff members in the office, and you get to interact with them on a monthly basis. How do you feel about the staff and your experience with the leadership?
It's phenomenal. I call you all the time. I call Bill, Shad, Liz. I think I call Liz every day just to say good morning. I love you, all of you. You have definitely like family to us.
Thank you. A lot of people do describe our culture as a family culture. What's been some positive family style cultural experiences that you've had with the office?
Well, when we come in, we're not always talking about real estate. We get to talk about our family experiences that we have. You get to see how other people are experiencing life. I don't know. We talk about each other's vacations and it's not always about work, but then when we have to buckle down and do some work, if there's something you don't know, you can go to any member in the office and they will help you. That's what I really like about it. No one's too busy not to help you out if you need it.
Wonderful. That's so great to hear. I've been trying to influence that type of culture, and I'm so glad that, because I can't do it without all of you. So the fact that you have that experience is really a testimony to you guys as well, that you helped me maintain that. So my last question for you, Brian, is, in what areas can our office improve to better serve you and your business better?
Right now, that's a tough question. I think I have everything I need right now for what I'm capable of doing, and as I continue to grow my business, I'm sure that I'll be coming back and asking you, well, how do I develop this team, and culture them to carry on and do the things that I want to do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
Any final words? Would you recommend us to someone thinking about changing us?
All the time. Every real estate agent I know, I've always felt that if there's another good agent out there, we'd like to bring them to RE/MAX Capital Realty because we are the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nikki, for sitting down with us and telling us a little bit about your experiences here at RE/MAX Capital Realty.
Thank you for having me.
So for our audience, can you please tell us your name, how long you've been in the industry, and how long you've been with RE/MAX?
Okay, my name is Nikki Irizarry, and I am going on my 12th year. And I have been with RE/MAX Capital Realty almost 2 years.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And can you think back to the times that we had been talking to you about coming to join our office, and tell us a little bit about your experience with being introduced to the office and why you decided to join?
Well, I was under the impression I was just never going to move. I was with Caldwell Banker for 10 years, and I was content, and I figured I was going to just stay there. And I have been recruited with other brokerages and just never had any interest. But your approach was really different. I really appreciated the time and the effort and the approach that you used. You just wanted me to just see what it's like to be in your office. So I came and visited a couple of times. We talked outside of the office a couple of times, and it took me forever. But I just wanted to make sure I made the right decision, and I'm glad I did.
Wonderful. Mm-hmm. So tell me, what was it about RE/MAX Capital Realty that made you feel safe and comfortable in order to make that move?
Number one is culture. Yeah, I just felt I needed to feel like in order to disturb everything, pick up my business, move it, change everything, I needed to feel like it's going to be a permanent move. And I needed to feel comfortable. And just the slow way, I took too long. I'm kind of mad at myself I didn't do it the year prior. But just understanding how you guys work made me feel like I made the right decision. In that, I'm saying, I came to trainings, I saw how you guys work, I saw how accessible you are, how accessible Bill is, Shad, everything. Just all those little factors made it a definite decision for me.
Wonderful. So one of the things that we promote in our office is our complete agent sales business system, which is also known as Momentum.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that's impact on your business? Has that changed your business at all?
Definitely. One thing that was really big about Momentum is it made me decide that I had to clear everything that I knew before and start over, because I had a lot of bad habits that just formed over the years. And then I made myself start over, learn Momentum, and now I work in a more organized manner.
Absolutely. Wonderful. So technology. A lot of people are talking about app files and the impact that that program has had on their business. Have you experienced a similar effect, and in what ways?
I wish I could pick something else. I'm sure there's something else, but the number one thing that stands out for me is app files. And what it is, it's so easy to use, and it keeps me organized. And I love the fact that I have it on my phone, on my iPad, on my everything. So wherever I'm at, I can usually get a hold of documents, get a hold of dates, everything. So I feel more organized.
So a lot of people, like I said, are talking about app files and how it organizes you. Mm-hmm. What are some of the other things that app file does? Like how are you using it literally?
Literally, well, just from the start, once I have a new client, I get their information in there, and let's say we have a new buyer, I will start the file, and I'll add all the names into app files. So at least when I'm out and about and I can't remember who the inspector is or who the lender is or whatever the case is, everything's there. So literally it's my other side of my brain, as far as the files, instead of carrying around an actual file.
And do you use it to get electronic signatures?
Yes. I really don't have a problem with my clients accepting it as a form of communication between us. It's pretty easy for my clients to use. They're comfortable with it. So all of my communication is through app files.
Wonderful. Do you use it to store notes and activities?
I am working on that. I do use it for calendaring. I use it for just gathering information. I send all my emails through there, so I have a log, but I'm sure I have a lot more to learn.
How about the staff at RE/MAX Capital Realty? How do you feel about the leadership and the team?
I love you guys. I don't know how else to say it. I feel the main thing that I love about RE/MAX Capital Realty is RE/MAX first. Okay, we have the huge name, the big umbrella. It's international. It's huge. But then what I love about it is we're a small little family, and I feel comfortable. I feel at ease working with you guys, and I know that I can call you, I can text you, you're going to answer, So as far as that, as the leadership, I love that. Either you or Bill are right there for me when I need you. And then Liz, I call the office, and, if she can't answer it, she's going to get me an answer within 10 minutes.
Absolutely. She's our ray of sunshine.
Oh, yes, she is.
Even on a gloomy day. And then the last thing is that I would like to ask you is there anything that we can do to improve your experience and your business that we're not already doing?
I don't know. I would have to say there's always room for improvement. Maybe we don't know it yet, but one thing I do know is if there is, we're going to figure it out together. I know there has to be something, but I can't really pinpoint it right now.
Well, thank you so much for that, Nikki. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for
and your
asking.
contribution to the office. We
Thank you.
appreciate you so much. Thank you, Kelly and Jason, for joining me today to talk about your experiences with RE/MAX Capital Realty. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely.
So, for our audience, can you please tell us your names, how long you've been in the industry, and when you joined RE/MAX Capital?
Kelly and Jason Biebel. We joined RE/MAX Capital Realty about 6 months ago. Before that, prior to that, we've had our licenses for about 3.5 years, and we were with Coldwell Banker before that.
Wonderful. So tell us why you decided to join RE/MAX Capital Realty and what that experience transitioning was like for you.
Let me take that to start. We had gone through a bit of a transition. Kelly had a couple of surgeries that had to be done, and we kind of had to put our business on the side for a time. And we ended up moving up to North Tampa from South Tampa, and I felt like we needed a restart, and was trying to talk Kelly into maybe looking into other brokers. And lo and behold, she gets a call from you, and I encouraged her to go in and speak with you. And why don't you say how that conversation went?
Well, it was interesting because he has been, he was unhappy. We were both kind of unhappy with the way things were going. We didn't feel comfortable in the office. We didn't feel comfortable in that environment. But I had made a promise to him at the beginning of the year. All right, I will consider, but I don't like change. I'm very averse to change, and I didn't really even know where to begin to look for another opportunity. And then lo and behold, I got a call, and I thought, well, at least I can say to Jason that I tried, and met with Kendall. And 2 hours later, I was like, I have to do this. And went home, and Jason said, how did it go? And I said, we're moving. And he's like, wait a minute. And I said, no, this is a concept. For me, this is kind of a second career for us. It wasn't so much about the dollars and cents and the percentages as it was the environment, the culture. And I just got a sense really fast. I mean, I think we were crying by the end and hugging and talking about children. So, I feel like I really felt like a bond with you to begin with. Yeah. And then I feel like in the 6 months we've been there, I've learned more than I had in 3 years before that. It's just, it's a move that we are really not for a moment regret.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that you guys feel that way, and we're so pleased to have you in the office, truly and genuinely with all my heart. And so tell me, since you've been here, you said you've learned a lot. Can you tell me why, what do you feel, or what do you credit for that learning, for that change, for?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
One of the big things that I found that we talked about a lot is the longer we were in this business, the more vulnerable we felt by our lack of depth of knowledge. This is such a heavily regulated industry, and it's such a huge investment for most people. And I just felt like most people treat it so cavalierly. And when I told Jason that you and Bill are both attorneys, he was like, well, that's huge.
That's it, yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. How do you feel about our complete agent sales business system, also known as Momentum? I know that you guys are big Momentum class attendees, and have really dove into development with Shad as an experienced agent, because I know a lot of agents think, I don't need training, I know what I'm doing. Can you speak to that a little bit, having come from like, hey, we're not brand new.
Right. And for me, it was, what I liked about Momentum was it helped us customize our business plan, manage it, and also be accountable for it. So you kind of covered all the areas, and that's what I've gotten the most out of it.
Yeah. The great thing is, no matter what you're focusing on in your business, Momentum has a procedure, has a process for that. And it's also nice that it's an office-wide system. So you can relate to other agents. Most brokerages, I think, everybody kind of goes and does their own thing. I know I was doing a different marketing plan. I had a different marketing plan before I came, and that I paid for monthly. But it was really nice. It's really nice that it's a whole, agent brokerage-wide system.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys also attend mastermind groups within the office. Tell me about your experience and what you've taken away from the mastermind groups.
That was the mastermind was the first time, you interviewed with Kelly, And she came back raving about your office, and there was a follow-up. You invited us to come in for a Mastermind Friday meeting. And my background, I love role-playing, and I just think, wow, this is it. I really like that a lot.
Jason's been in sales for a long time, and his background was always, he had, and I had been as well. We had a little territory, offices in our home. You don't have that experience of collaboration a lot. Once or twice a year, you go to a convention, and then you have, you talk with other people. This is like doing that on a daily basis. It is great to be able to sit around and talk to people. I can't tell you how many times I've overheard another agent talking to Bill or to Chad or you about an individual situation that they have, and it turns into a brainstorming session, and everybody learns from it.
That's wonderful. I love when you guys collaborate and work together and help each other and learn from one another. I really feel like that adds to the value of the experience for everyone.
And that's another thing I noticed with the office was, and you talk about a team, I never get the feeling walking into the office that there's competition. I gotta be careful what I say. Is somebody gonna try to take my business? And it is a family-oriented office, and it's been very refreshing.
Good. I'm so glad you guys feel the same. So, tell me, would you recommend our office to another agent?
Absolutely.
And why?
Absolutely. I just think it is just, you walk in the door and this is not your ordinary brokerage, and there's just something very different and special going on. And in addition to improving your business and getting a lot of personal development, it's fun. It's a fun place to be.
Speaking of growth of your business, have you, in the short time that you've been with the office, have you seen a change in your business or any growth in your business, even just in the short time you've been with us?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can you speak to that?
We've had some great referrals, one from you. We're about to close on a short sale. It's been taking some time, but the referrals you've given us have been much appreciated. And how do you feel?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing was that I was doing this more on my own before we moved up here, because he was just not getting the kind of feedback and having the kind of experience that he felt he needed. And the best thing about it is that I've been able to bring him into as a more active participant. And he's my negotiator. He's my difficult phone call person, and it's great to have. We've been working together since the mid-90s in business, and so I was a stay-at-home mom who was helping him with his business for a long time, and so it's great to be back kind of where we're an equal.
Now it's her turn.
That's right. Now I get to be the boss.
That's awesome. So, can I ask you, is there any areas that the office can improve or the team can improve to continue to support you and help you improve your business?
Yeah, I've been hearing that question as you go around talking to the other agents, and my feeling is you're doing it already. I mean, you have interviews with all your agents at the end of the year, and you hold yourselves accountable and ask, what can we do better? What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And I think that's fantastic, and that's where you change. But since the time we've been here, I've seen you make changes already. So this office is not afraid to recognize a wrong and immediately make it a right.
So it's really hard for people to come up with one single thing, because I think we're in a culture of you guys are open to all sorts of suggestions. So there isn't really something that anybody says, oh yeah, we need to, that's been something that's bothering me, because it's usually, talked about right away.
Wonderful. And you guys feel safe, like, coming to the office about any questions, concerns, issues, problems you've had with the customer?
Oh yeah.
That's I would think definitely,
Yes.
and I think that's one of the real strengths here is the resources you have in the office, with you and Bill's background in
And
law,
Chad.
and Chad's experience he has. I mean, and most importantly, the availability you give. If we have a problem, we don't have to set up an appointment. You take our phone call, we come in and talk about it, and we can resolve the issue. So that has been very appreciated.
Sometimes I feel like we really take that to
Yeah,
its to its greatest possible length. Sometimes I feel like we're really pushing with Bill and Chad and you because we ask a lot of questions and seem to have a lot of unusual issues. But we just feel like they're always, you guys are always available to us. Oh, and one other thing I have to say. Liz is such a gem. She is such an asset to that office. And one of the big things I noticed first was when I would call in and she'd pick up the phone and know exactly who I was. I have to tell you, I think the office admin people at my previous office did not know who I was. I was, they did not they had no idea who I was when I walked through the door. That's huge. That's really huge. And I really appreciate that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us today, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you so much, Laurie, for coming in and talking to us about your experiences with the office. Can you please tell our audience who you are and your role at the office and your experiences and when you joined RE/MAX Capital as an agent?
My name is Laurie Elks. As an agent, I joined 4 months ago, RE/MAX Capital.
And what were you doing prior to that 4 months?
Prior to joining RE/MAX as an agent, I was very blessed to be on Dwayne Hayden's team as his first employee.
Wonderful. And so through that experience, you've actually been physically in the office much longer than 4 months.
Yes, I started January of 2015. I reached out and told you that my baby boy had left home and I was sitting on the couch and I said, girlfriend, I need to make some lunch money, hire me, get me with somebody. And I came down, you told me you had the perfect guy for me to meet, and you were right. I met with Dwayne. I had lunch plans that day to go with the girls to lunch, and he hired me and wanted me to work that day on the spot. So and here we are, 2.5 years later.
And so now what's your role on his team now?
I am his buyer's agent.
Okay. And how's that experience been going for you?
It's going amazing. I am so happy. I tell you, I have been in sales, I say since I was, I think 11 years old. True, very true story. And I get bored. I've always been bored. I've gone into a company and I've accomplished, been high on the sales charts. And then I'm like, okay, I've tackled all of that and I get bored and I leave. And I knew that there was always something more out there. Not just someplace else to make more money of something to sell, but just something more fulfilling to sell. And I think I found it. I hope. I don't want to change careers again in this lifetime.
So I know that you've become a big participant of Momentum. Mm-hmm. And can you tell us about Momentum and what it's done for your business in the last 4 months?
When I decided to be a buyer's agent, being in this business, since for the time that I have, I received a lot of feedback. Oh, Laurie, you're going to work, you're never going to have your weekends, you're going to work so much. And, I was like, I don't care. I've seen both sides of the business. This is what I want to do. I did see how most agents do work with buyers. And when the Momentum was introduced to me as the buyer consultation, it was probably my biggest aha moment in any of my careers, because I saw a way of doing what I wanted to do and not having the same reaction that everyone was telling me. Oh my gosh, you're gonna work, you're gonna kill yourself, you're never gonna you're never gonna be successful just being a buyer's agent. And I feel like I found my home being this, and I really contributed to the Momentum procedure, the process of doing that. I keep saying on my Facebook page. I have a process, people, and we will find you a home.
Wonderful. Can you tell me an example of, or share with the audience an example of how the buyer consultation process changed the buying experience for you and one of your customers?
I will share with one of them. It has changed the buying process with all of them, but I'm gonna share my most trophy one. Met a lady through realtor.com. I had probably 3 conversations with her on the phone. She was living in North Carolina. She told me the area she wanted to be in. So I, set her up on an MLS search and sent her homes and had multiple conversations with her. That morning, I had gone to the first buyer conversion class, and that I was supposed to meet her. She was flying in, and I was supposed to meet her. I went to the buyer conversion class. I had already set up 5 showings with this particular client, and I realized when I walked away from Shad's class that I was going to show her these 5 homes, and she wasn't going to be happy. She was here for 2 days. I had 2 days to get her under contract, or else she was going to go down to South Florida and be with her aunt, and I potentially could have lost her as a customer. So I went and met with her and went through the buyer consultation. And after we were done, I knew which home I needed to show her. I took her out to Starkey Ranch, took her in one home. She purchased that home, signed the contract, was paying cash. We closed 20 days later. And I think the best thing about it was a 5% commission sale. So that was amazing.
And you contribute the success of kind of narrowing down and understanding her needs, wants.
It was all momentum.
Momentum.
It was all momentum. I can promise you, the 5 homes that I was originally going to show her, she would not have liked any of them, not one of them. But I didn't know how to get there, how to help her pick those apart. And that process was just perfect. It was exactly what I needed. And I've continued to use it through all my other sales.
And it's being in the business for 4 months, how many closings have you had?
I've had 6 closings and I have 1 more Friday.
Woo-hoo.
And several in the pipeline.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
all of your success.
Thank you very much.
We're so happy to have you, Laurie. One last question before we wrap up. How can we improve to better assist you as a team member in our office and as an agent? Do you have any suggestions or recommendations for us?
I think you do it every day. I think you wake up every morning and all of your staff has the attitude of how can we make your day better and how can we do our jobs better. We have an amazing person who sits behind the desk at the front door, whom every client who walks in and every agent who walks in feels special. You continue back the hall to where you get to the man cave, and you have, the amazing Shad, whom is a plethora of information. You have Bill, who keeps us all out of trouble, and that's amazing. And without Mike, none of us would be waking up to happy mornings in our bank accounts. So you have a great team there. And then, of course, you, Kendall. You do a great job mentoring. Your sales meetings are always, I come from a retail background, so I love rah-rah sales meetings, and I'm always excited when that Wednesday comes around because I love that about your business.
Thank you so much,
You're
Laurie.
welcome, girlfriend.
I love you.
I love you.
So thank you so much. And I said one last question, one more. For someone who's brand new licensed and thinking about getting into real estate and maybe considering joining RE/MAX Capital Realty, do you have any words for them or anything you'd like to share with them?
Stop looking inside. I believe that. I have heard in 3 years the horror stories of agents coming to our office. I have worked as a transaction coordinator and seen the horror stories on the other side of those agents and have just wanted to shake them. Just stop looking. Just sign the dotted line and watch your business grow.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you. Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.